Hi kiddos, welcome to your week 7 lesson, which is all about soil. Today we're going to focus on soil because it is really important for the overall health of your plants. It has 3 main jobs. The first one, it holds air. Second, it holds water. And third, it holds the nutrients to feed your plants. Now soil is made up of 5 main components. Starting with the largest particles, you have your rocks and your pebbles. Then you've got your sand. You have your silt, which is really fine, almost like a powder, your clay, and last, your humus. And what your humus is, it's the organic material that lives within the soil that provides the nutrition for the plants. So the soil type and its capacity to grow plants is really dependent upon the mixture of those 5 ingredients. And there's an ideal type of soil for growing garden plants, and that's called loam. And what loam is it's an even mixture of those 5 components. And the reason that you want an even mixture is because if you have too many rocks, pebbles, and sand, what's going to happen is the water is going to pass right through and not have an opportunity to be absorbed by the roots. On the other end, if you have too much clay in your soil, clay can act as a barrier, not allowing the water to penetrate to get down to the roots. So what you want is something in between. And that's where you have the even mixture. And I have an example to show you. So in this pot right here, I have it filled with sand and some rocks and pebbles. And I want you to notice how quickly, when I add the water, whoop, almost before I even went into the other plant, how quickly it passes through and starts to drip at the other end. In this other pot, I have our garden soil that's more of an even mixture of those 5 components. And you'll notice when I add water here, it's really taking its time to be absorbed into the soil so that if there were a plant there, the plant could absorb that hydration that is slowly seeping through. So if you want to do this at home and see what kind of soil you have in your garden, you're going to need a mason jar, some sort of shovel or something that you can use to scoop soil, and water. So when you do this, you're going to find a place to dig. I recommend not doing the first couple of inches, but try digging a little bit deeper. Open up your mason jar, fill it halfway up, then take your water, fill it to the top, screw your lid on really, really tight, shake it up, and then you're just going to let it sit. And almost immediately, you're going to start to see layers form. The heaviest and biggest particles are going to fall to the bottom, and your loam is going to rise to the top. Try and leave it for about 10 minutes or up to 24 hours, and then check back in and see if you can see those layers and see kind of what the mixture looks like within your own garden soil. So let's see, the other thing I wanted to tell you is about garden soil nutrition. There are 3 macronutrients that exist in healthy garden soil. You have nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Also within healthy garden soil, you have a lot of micronutrients, or sometimes they're called trace elements. And there are 2 things that you can do at home that can add this nutrition to your soil and therefore add that nutrition to your plants. The first one is if you have any Epsom salt. And Epsom salt is sometimes used, people will put it in baths to kind of ease sore muscles, but it's also really good for your plants. Epsom salt is made of magnesium, and magnesium helps build chlorophyll, which we know is really important in the process of photosynthesis. So maybe every 2 weeks you can take a teaspoon of Epsom salt, put it in your watering can, and use it to water around the base of your plants. You can also take the Epsom salt and sprinkle it around the base of your plants. In time it's going to break down and seep into the soil and get to plant roots. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do, if you are a family that likes to eat eggs, keep your old eggshells. You can let them dry out, take a rolling pin, and you can break them into smaller pieces, and you can put them on the surface of your soil around the base of a plant. If you want to, if they're really dry, you can stick them into a blender, and then it becomes like a powder, and do the same thing. Put it around the base of your plant. And what that's going to do is it's going to provide calcium to the soil. And just as calcium helps us build a strong structure and strong bones, calcium helps build strong plant cell walls and really provides that support so that the plant grows up nice and strong as well. So those are 2 things that you can do at home just to add to the nutrition within your own soil. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're all doing well, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.